Do you want to launch nukes at all of your enemies at once while holding down a right click and never having to worry about your essence ever again? Welcome to the Maxroll channel. I'm your host Chronikz and this is my Bone Spirit guide for Necromancer for Diablo 4 Season 5 PTR. The footage you see in this video is PTR footage and the character's gear is not min-maxed at all. This more so serves as a proof of concept, and in this particular footage you can see a character without masterworks clearing a 61 pit with Bone Spirit. Bone Spirit has two big problems. It is always going to spend all of your remaining essence every time you're going to cast it, and it also has a 12-second cooldown. To solve the essence problem, we are going to use the ring tempers that are going to restore primary resource every time you cast a macabre skill. The unique Path of Dragul is also going to cast bone splinters at all enemies trapped inside of your bone prison. Torment is also going to further boost your normal essence regeneration for 4 seconds after critically striking. And the first upgrade of the cold mages is also going to provide 3 essence every time your cold mages attack. Reducing the 12-second cooldown of Bone Spirit is actually not that hard, because the first modifier on Bone Spirit is actually going to give you a 7-second cooldown reduction when Bone Spirit critically strikes. This basically shifts the problem of solving cooldown over to getting 100% crit chance. We do that by using Locran's Talisman, which is a new unique that is going to give you 50% crit chance and also going to further scale your critical strike damage. Locran's Talisman, Bone Storm and Grasping Veins already provide 90% critical strike chance, so you don't really need any crit anywhere on your gear, because Inspiring Leader is permanently giving you 12% increased critical strike chance as long as you're healthy. So now that we are always critting on Bone Spirit, we already only have to work against a 5-second cooldown. Dreadful Bone Prison comes in clutch because it is going to reduce your active cooldowns by 0.5 seconds for each enemy trapped by Bone Prison up to 3 seconds. Furthermore, Rapid Ossification is going to reduce your Bone Skills cooldown by 1.5 seconds every time you spend 100 essence. Abhorrent Decrepify is also providing a small lucky hit chance to further reduce your active cooldowns by 1 second. If after all those cooldown reducing effects there is still some time left, then your cooldown reduction on your offhand is gonna take care of that. In terms of damage scaling, Bone Spirit has one of the strongest multipliers baked directly into the spell. Your Bone Spirit damage is increased by 4% for each point of essence spent casting Bone Spirit. This makes maximum resource an extremely valuable stat that is also present on the Locran's Talisman and also on Crown of Lucion. In addition to that, we are using the Requiem aspect, which is further increasing our maximum essence per active minion, and we are currently running 12 minions, further increasing our maximum resource and therefore directly scaling the damage of our Bone Spirit. Ossified Essence is basically doing the same thing. All of the bone skills deal 0.5% increased damage for each point of essence we have upon cast above 50. And a cool new damage scaler released with Season 5 is the Imprisoned Spirit aspect. Whenever your Bone Spirit explodes inside of a bone prison, it explodes an additional time for 70% of the damage. Unliving Energy and Imperfectly Balanced are directly scaling Bone Spirit's damage. Bone Prison is going to activate Path of Dragul and is also providing vulnerable and additional cooldown reduction. Decrepify together with Abhorrent Decrepify not only slow but also decrease the enemy's damage and provide lucky hit chance to reduce all of our active cooldowns by 1 second. Corpse Tendrils is pulling every monster on the screen into our bone prison, stunning them for 3 seconds. The Bone Cluster, Serration, Compound Fracture and Evulsion are directly scaling damage of Bone Spirit, while Rapid Ossification is providing that necessary additional cooldown reduction. Inspiring Leader helps us to get to the permanent 100% critical strike chance cap, while Bone Storm does the same, but also provides 15% additional damage reduction during its uptime. For the Paragon board, we are starting out with putting Amplify on our starting board. Next up, we are going to use the Bone Graft Paragon board with the Essence glyph, while we are also taking the Reinvigorate rare node and the Tenacity rare node to further increase our defenses. As a third Paragon board, we are taking Flesh Eater because this legendary node is a direct multiplier to all forms of damage we can provide with this build. Then we are going to use the Corporeal glyph on the Flesh Eater Paragon board. After that, we use the Cult Leader Paragon board with the Dead Razor glyph that is going to keep our minions alive throughout all the fights. As the fifth Paragon board, we are using Scent of Death with the Gravekeeper glyph. Next, we pick up Blood Begets Blood with the Control glyph, while also picking up the Vampiric node, which is further increasing our maximum life. And as the seventh and last Paragon board, we are using Bloodbath together with the Exploit glyph.